Hey guys, Braden here at SuperATV, and today I'm going to walk you through routine GDP portal maintenance. First, let's start by talking about what we're going to cover in this video. Oil change intervals, what oil to use, oil capacity, torque specs, how to change the oil, and a few extra tips while looking over your machine. These tips will apply across the board for 4 and 6-inch Gen 2 GDP portals. Let's get started. So you may wonder how often you need to change the oil in your portals. After you first install them, after the first 30 miles, the oil needs to be changed. After that, it's going to vary depending on what kind of riding you do. If you like to ride trails, rock crawl, 250 miles is going to be when you're going to want to change it. If you like to ride in the water, the sand, the mud, you need to check the oil frequently. If it starts to get discolored, that's when you need to change it. So here at SuperATV, we get the question all the time, what kind of oil do I need to run in my GDP portals? We recommend you use 80W90. You can go to your local auto parts store, pick up 2 quarts, and that'll be good enough for 1 oil change. So another frequently asked question we get is, what's the oil capacity on my GDP portals? For 4 inches, it's going to be half a quart per box. For the 6 inches, quarter quart per box. Let's talk torque specs. The large castle nut that holds the hub rotor assembly on needs to be torqued to a minimum of 300 foot-pounds. Now let's take a closer look and see what the other bolts require. All 9 bolts, including your steering arm bolts, need to be torqued to 60 foot-pounds. Your recess nut or your axle nut needs to be torqued to 110 foot-pounds. This is also a good time to come in, check your upper A-arm bushings, lower A-arm bushings. Make sure all your A-arm bolts are tight, your shock bolts, your spindle bolts, your tie rod ends. Check your rack and pinion for slop, and just all around inspect the machine. Another question we get is, will I ever need to take my portal box apart? The answer is no, unless whenever you're servicing your portals, the oil comes out milky, discolored, and has water in it. That's when you're going to want to take your portal box apart, inspect your bearings. One thing that can happen over a elongated period of time of water being in the box, it's going to cause bearing failure. Bearing failure is going to lead to component failure within the portal, and that could compromise the box. That's why routine maintenance is key. Now that we've covered general maintenance, I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your GDP portals. So the first thing you're going to do is locate your drain plug on the bottom of your portal. Remove the drain plug using a 1/4 inch Allen. Once it's removed, let the oil drain, and then you can go ahead and remove your fill plug. So while you're waiting on your portal to drain, you can go ahead and get your drain and fill plugs and wrap them in Teflon tape. Once you get a good amount of Teflon tape on there, we can go ahead and reinsert the drain plug. Once you get your drain plug tight, you're going to want to go 1/4 turn, and that'll be good. Now that we got the drain plug inserted in the box, we're going to go ahead and get our oil and fill it up. We're working on a 6-inch box today, so it should take about a 1/4 quart or until it runs out of the hole. As you can see there, it's starting to run out of the hole, so we know it's full. Now we're going to go ahead and reinsert our fill plug. Again, tighten it, then put a 1/4 turn on it. So that's all it takes to keep the maintenance up on your GDP portals. For any other questions or information, feel free to call in at 855-743-3427 or visit us online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.